Asia. Kisan Mitra is an initiative by Principal Scientific Advisor in partnership with National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, Jaipur. The objective of the initiative is to bring technology to farmers and reverse migrants who have moved rural due to the impact of COVID-19. Under this initiative, more than 1,000 technologies have been identified, which are supported by ICR institutions, NABARD, Ministry of Rural Development, ISRO, and Gates Foundation. On the supply side of the technology, there are innovators, entrepreneurs, researchers in academic and research institutions talking about their technologies, and the webinar participants being on the demand side, who are typically agribusiness companies, government functionary, agribusiness stakeholders who are keen in agri technologies. So moving further, I would like to introduce our today's speaker, Dr. D.V. Sudhakar Rao, who is working as a principal scientist in the division of PhD and AE at ICR, Indian Institute of Horticulture Research, Bangalore. He has completed MSc and PhD in horticulture post-harvest technology from IARI. He has received several honors and awards like United Nations University Fellowship Award, IARI Gold Medals in MSc and PhD, Dr. J.S. Pruthi Award, and Dr. J.C. Anand Gold Medal Award. He has also completed several programs like 1-year postdoctoral program at National Food Research Institute, Tsukuba, Japan, 2 weeks training under Indo-US Agriculture Knowledge Initiative at Tuskegee University, Alabama, and USDA FIS USA. He has 29 years of experience in post-harvest management of fruits and vegetables. He has also published several papers in Indian and national and international journals and authored various book chapters. He has written 53 research papers, 11 proceeding papers, 2 review articles, 14 book chapters, 8 technical bulletins, 37 popular articles, 2 audio capsules, 2 training modules, and 72 papers in national and international seminars. Now I would like to invite Dr. D.V. Sudhakar Rao to take a session on post-harvest management of fruits and vegetables. Over to you, Doctor.
Thank you. Shall I share?
Yes, sir, please.
Is it visible?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Whatever. Just a minute.
No sound.
Just a minute. Now?
Yeah, sir, it is visible. You can make it full screen.
Yeah. Is it okay now?
Perfectly fine, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for NIAM organizers for inviting me to give this talk. I will just, I came to know that some farmers were also there, so I put some general, this one also along with the post-harvest technologies. So it can be useful for both farmers or whoever the entrepreneurs development program also. We'll discuss, I will start, majority of my presentation will be in the photographs. So it will be easy to understand. If anything is there, we'll discuss at the end. Yeah. First thing I want to tell is the fruits and vegetables, even after harvest, they are living. That one has to keep in mind. Unlike your food grains, so the fruits and vegetables are living. So they will continue to respire and they will also transpire. That means moisture loss will be there. That is the photo. You can see that it will become shriveling. At the same time, they ripe. Once they ripe, the life will be less. So generally, what the factors are contributing this loss is because they have all fruits and vegetables will have more than 85% of the moisture. Then we will be not harvesting properly and handling properly. Then again will not do proper sorting and grading. So then the packaging and transfer practices also not perfect. That is, these are lead to post-harvest losses, including the improper storage and marketing. We'll just see one by one how it is affect. So first, when you start from harvesting, the three things are important. The right stage, that what we call in technical term, the maturity at harvest. So it should be optimum maturity. Then the right time. So whether when we should harvest, whether it should be harvested in the day, fully sunny or cooler part. So it is always should be on cooler part of the day. Similarly, the right method of harvesting, so that it will not cause any cuts, bruises or injuries. So that will be entry point for the microbial entry that will enhance the spoilage. So wherever possible, we have to use the perfect aids and harvesters. So not the shaking and harvesting or not throwing. So few photographs about the maturity I will show. So in different areas, you may have different crops. So whatever I have, I am just showing. So in case of mango, because all the majority of the things at farmer level, it is not the chemical analysis which will help you to judge the maturity. It is only the physical appearance that is helps. So you can see the mango, it should not be flat like this. So it should be fully grown shoulders and with less big. So even if you cut it and just to see, the immature fruit will have the whitish pulp, whereas the mature fruit will have the slightly yellowish, very little yellowish, then it will start ripening pakka. If you harvest at immature stage, they will not ripe properly. You will have both qualitative loss and quantitative loss. Then mango. So, banana. So banana actually compared to mango, advantage of banana is they can ripen even if it is more than 75 to 85 maturity, because majority of the banana is ripened using the artificial means. We'll be discussing about that also. Only thing is, it should not be too green, it should not be too much angularity. So above 85% all, they will mature nicely, it will have the proper quality. The more the roundish, the more the maturity, they ripe fastly with the good quality. Then papaya. In papaya also, it should not be dark green, it should have at least little yellow tinge. So the once even if it is there, this much is there, it can ripen properly after harvesting. Because why we need this type of maturities? If you want to store for longer time, if you want to store transport for longer time, this is required, not the more yellow color. At the same time, this dark green one will never ripe. Similarly, in case of sapota, these are granules which are present. So when if it is immature, they will be hard. If you touch, it will not fall. If it is mature, it will fall and easily, and they will ripe with the proper taste and the proper color of the sapota color, which is the light brownish. Then in case of guava, so here people will start eating even prefer the green guava, not the fully ripe. But some cases, some people, even ripe is also required. Even for the industry, the ripe one is required. Only thing is, if it is too dark green hard, it will be, even if somebody want to eat green, it will not be consumable. It will be very hard, seed will be very hard. So light green color is the indication for the maturity. Then either you can eat it as such, or it can be ripened later. Then pineapple. So pineapple, what we say, it is the non-climatic fruit, which people will say that it will not ripe after harvest. But still in pineapple, they will have some color changes. Only thing is, this ice should not be too flat. It should become flat. It should not be like this one. Then the color start from the bottom. At least some coloration should be there. At least 25% of coloration should be there. You can harvest at different stages, but not without any color. Then it will turn to normal color texture. Inside pulp will be lightish yellow. So immature will have the fully dark green. Okay, ice will not be flat. Then especially pomegranate. It is actually again non-climatic fruit. The quality of the fruit at the harvest is very important. Unless it is mature, we will not get the good quality. So there is no question of any ripening in case pomegranate, grapes, all. So all the fruits in the beginning, they will have the green color. Based on the variety, it is yellowish. Somebody is not muted their mic. Kindly mute the mics. Yeah. So based on the variety, it can turn to yellowish red or fully red. So it should be full color. There should not be any green tint. At the same time, when it is fully mature, it will have the shiny waxy coating. Similarly, grapes. Grapes is very easy to for the maturity indication. You can just pluck a berry, eat, and if it is sweet, it is easy. Otherwise, there is a TS.
तिवारी जी
Sir,
वो आपका चेलवा सब गिर गया है वो
नहीं,
एक ही
Dr.
बार लिया
Thakur,
बोला
sir.
सरवन और वो
Dr. Thakur has to mute his mic.
केला का है और इसका
Dr. Thakur has to
साफ
mute his mic.
साफ तो ये दे गया कल बढ़ के तो उसको डेट हम कौन सा दे हम 13 जनवरी को तो रिलीव हो गए थे वहां से
Organizer,
तो आज का डेट में उसको भर के दे सकते हैं
Dr. Thakur, sir, partner, you have to mute your mic.
कब का हम 13 को हम ज्वाइन किए हैं मतलब वही 12 को 12 जनवरी का दे देंगे ना अच्छा हाँ ऐसे ही भिजवा देंगे उससे अपना प्यून से भिजवा देंगे
Unless
आपको दे
Dr.
देगा
Thakur mute his mic, I cannot
हाँ,
speak.
ठीक है। आप हैं ना ऑफिस में और ठीक है आपको बीपी सब कंट्रोल रहता है डायबिटीज सब और हार्ट वाला अब मदर का क्या हाल है माँ का
Whether organizers can mute him.
बहुत अच्छा हाल है
अच्छा तो ध्यान रखिए अब तो अंतिम में उनका ही है जितना हो सके पति पत्नी सेवा कीजिए आइए कभी घूमते हुए ये एक्सटेंशन डिपार्टमेंट में आ गए हैं हम ऑफिस इधर आ गया हाँ ठीक नरेश को बुलाओ
Dr. Thakur, sir, you have to mute your mic.
म्यूट नहीं है आपका माइक
Let him mute the mic.
Dr. Thakur, sir.
Please ask him to mute his mic.
Dr.
Why is
Thakur,
talking
sir.
like this? Let him mute the mic.
Mr. Thakur, you
Thakur, sir,
need to
unless
mute
you
your
mute, I
mic. You
cannot
are
speak.
disturbing the whole presentation. Mr. Thakur, please mute your mic.
Sir, can organizer cannot control?
मेरा माइक म्यूट नहीं है
Yeah, now it is muted. Yeah. Yeah, now I will go ahead. In the grapes, there will not be any problem.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Now in grape there will not be any problem. It is only you can have the at the most even we can use the instrument like TSS bricks meter. So based on the variety, it will start from 14 to 16 to 18 and 22 bricks. Otherwise, also one can easily taste a berry and eat it. Another indication is the waxy bloom. Don't think that it is a sprayed one. So natural waxy bloom will come when it is a mature one. Sorry. Similarly, oranges, if it is fully dark green, actually oranges we eat for mainly for the juice purpose. If it is fully dark green, the juice content will be very less. So at least you should start turning little yellow so that it will become fully yellow during the after harvest. Otherwise, somebody want to leave on the tree itself, when it turn to yellow also it can be permitted. Especially this is a custard apple. If it's not mature enough, it will never ripe. It will become very hard. It will like a cricket ball. So the eyes should be open, and here the between the eyes it will be lightish, whitish or white yellow color. Similarly, lychee. We want lychee. It should be the flavor of lychee should come. When the flavor of lychee will come, when the pulp will be juicy, when it is the outer pericarp is fully turned red. Maybe people will be harvesting at 50, 60, 70%. That is okay, but not at the green stage or very less green stage. Similarly, avocado, the surface will become smooth, shiny. If it is variety is the purple color, it will start turning to purple. It is yellow, it will light yellow will be there. Inside, if you cut open, it will be hard stone like this, not the immature stone. So if you come to vegetables like tomato, you can harvest at different stages of tomato based on your requirement. So whether you want for long distance, you can harvest at the what you call breaker stage. Some color should start from like papaya, some color should start from the blossom end. So based on your requirement, it can go to turning stage, pink color. If you want immediate consumption, you can go for the red ripe stage. Similarly, capsicum. Nowadays, if it is green capsicum, there is no problem. If it is a color capsicum, if you don't want to leave up to the full red or yellow color, you can harvest the capsicum when they are at least more than 50 coloration. There is echo is coming. Yeah. So once it is more than 50% coloration, then it will start turning to the full color even if it is harvested. Otherwise, you can harvest it when they are fully color. Then other vegetables like okra, beans, here tenderness is very important. So they should be harvested at tender. Even one day delay in harvesting will not get the marketing. So you can see in okra the seed, bulging of the seed. Okay. The outer surface it will become rough. Similarly, in beans also it will be seedy. The right mature one it will not be seedy. Too much immature also the problem in both okra and beans because they will shrivel fast. The moisture loss will be too high. Then I have shown some maturity indices. Now we'll go for the second step, how to harvest it. So the right type of the harvesting method. So that whatever the method used, it should not give any cut or bruises for the produce. Okay. If the shaking is prohibited, if at all you because of shaking, it will have the all mechanical damage. If at all you have to shake it, still you don't have any option, then you can use at least some net one so that the direct fall will not be there on the ground. Otherwise, especially the tall trees, using the harvesters, different types of harvesters they are there with the knife all for mango. Even sometimes we don't know, we may have to climb up to this one using this one elevator and harvest it to get the better quality. When you are harvesting, never pull the one so that the skin will come out. It will be the twisting is important. So in case of sapota all, we have the comb type harvester where with the gasket so that you can able to just a little pull that one without damaging the fruit. The sapota trees will be big. We can use this type of harvester so that will not cause any damage to the fruit. So similarly, lime. So here problem will be the thorns. Even if it is young, which is near to you, the thorn will prick you. So these are the very simple devices. With using only PVC pipe, you can able to just pluck it. The limes will be collected here. Then it can be so that your hands will not get injured. So in case of vegetable, especially okra, even if your nail touches the okra, they will become black. Okay. So then not only that, it will the air present on the okra will cause irritation to you. So a simple technique like that using the gloves. Okay, that is enough. So then afterwards, whether you use signature or blade, whatever is there, or even twisting is okay. But using the gloves, it will help both for the okra itself and for your hands. So suppose you are not, as I told that twisting, if you are not followed signature, whatever is there, you can see this one, the photo, the harvested properly with the stalk, just pulled one. So it will start blackening, then the spoilage will start from here. You can clearly see in the capsicum cases. Similarly, when you are not handling the breakage, whatever is there, this will spoil the other thing. So then in case of grape, we recommend when you are harvesting, there is a knot present at the bunch. If you harvest above the branch slightly, the life will be slightly better, the weight loss will be, moisture loss will be, this is the one which is recommended. Then in case of the other fruits, we say you can leave the stock, but in some cases like where oranges are, if you leave the stock too much, it will be very hard. It will damage the other fruits. So in case of oranges, presence of this button is important. Stock is not important. So if this button is removed, then there will be spoilage. So what you call this button, with very minute of less than 0.5 mm stock is enough. Not the big stock like this. Then after harvesting, handling, so where you are collecting, you should be collected in a smooth surface, whether it is a crate or the whatever is there, the bamboo which is a rough surface should not be used. Similarly, after harvesting, the produce should be not be kept in the sunlight directly, should be kept directly under the shade. Then how you are handling to the bringing to the transport vehicle. So if you use especially banana, all mechanical injuries caused while harvesting, handling and transportation, that will be cause blackening. You can see when you see in the market, if they are not handled, the bottom surface especially, the blackening will be there. That is not any disease. It is mainly the mechanical injury caused during like that. You will put on a rough surface. This you can see that the water soaked areas that will turn black when it is fully ripe. So these are the transporting methods which we have to avoid. Sitting on that produce, this is like without any cushioning, these are not proper. Okay, like this tomato putting in a loose. Then even nowadays this olden days we used to use the boxes. This should not be used, even bamboo one, even the gunny bags. Because if you use gunny bags or whatever these bags, the bottom weight of the top produce will be burned by the bottom one, so that the bottom will get crushed. These are not to be used. So you have to use at least this one. At least if you don't want to transport in a crate, at least the full cushioning should be given like this. Or you can see the pads in between the bunches, or fully covering the bunches, the leaves of the banana itself. This will help you avoiding all the blackening I am telling. Similarly, the crate transport is the best one. So the load of the bottom one will be, top one will be burned by the crate, not by the produce. So always use the crates for transport. That is the best method and convenient from harvesting to till it reaches the market. The crate is the best. So some people, even to avoid the blackening between the hands, the polyester foam sheets are used. Then we'll just discuss about some post-harvest operations. Simple. Some cases it is curing, some cases it is sorting, some cases is the trimming. Stepping, I will just show you different operations again in a photography form only. The curing, especially in the onion, we will see in the market, either sprouting will be there, or you will see the black fungus below the top layer. That is actually the black spores, or it is a aspergillus fungus. If you are not cured properly, if you are not dried properly, that will come. So proper curing is before storage is very important in onion. Next should become. I am listening some more voice. Somebody else also has to mute.
Participants are requested to please mute their mic.
So that unnecessarily disturb my, deviate my this one concentration.
Sachin, help us to mute everyone.
Organizer cannot mute them.
Almost.
I think I will go ahead. Otherwise, it is a problem I cannot cover. So this onion actually net should be fully dried and it should be properly dried. Then only that your fungal growth and sprouting will be less. Then sorting, it is mainly to remove all damaged fruit from the good one, so that infection will not spread from the good one to the bad one. So like this, you may have the cracked one, you may have already damaged one, sometimes it is diseased one. Suppose in case of brinjal, you have the borer. So that will give the excreta. If it is mixed, borer one is mixed with the good one, the excreta will cause damage to the other produce. So these all borers should be field sorted out. Okay. In another case, I told now it is trimming. So we need not remove the sort out the entire produce. Only the outer layers have to be removed, like cabbage. So because outer layers will have many diseased one, some insect one, rotten one, and especially the bottom where we have the soil. There all it has to be trimmed nicely, like this. Then in case of grapes, you may have one berry or two berries which are rotten or damaged or cracked. So that can be again trimmed using the scissor, so that the spread of the spoilage will not spread to the new one. No need to remove the entire bunch. It is only called, now that's why it is called trimming. So like in the case of cauliflower, it is mainly to avoid the your transport cost. You see how you transport the cauliflower, because we told that cauliflower card color is important. If covering the card with the leaves is helpful, but at the same time, so many leaves transporting from the field to the market and there causing pollution, it is not useful. So if you can able to transport the same cauliflower in the crate, you can see how much space it occupies. So it can be, if you at the most, if you want 1 or 2 leaves can be there, but not the, or just put a layer of the leaves on the top, then start filling. So crate transport, even the cauliflower will help you to reduce your transport cost too much and solve even the pollution problem. Then another steps is called dehanding. Suppose in banana bunches, now in the market, finally after ripening it will be in the form of hand. So it's the dehanding, so making into hand. When you are making into hand, then it is always better to have a small portion of the stem, or what you call peduncle. Then the rotting, the crown rotting will be very slow, because otherwise the crown rotting is the problem in the banana that will spread to your fingers. So leaving a part of the stem, the clean cut at the crown, it is important. That is for dehanding. Then in other cases, it is called desapping, like mango. If the sap falls on the fruit when you are harvesting, when they are green, that green time will not see. You can see all this like a patch wise, not this part. This part is disease, but you see the patch one. So this is mainly because when you harvested the mango, the sap, what you call the milk, whatever you say, that falls on the fruit surface. If it is not washed, then when it ripen, it will burn the skin. It will cause skin injury, that is burning. So this is a sap injury. So for this, the simple step is after harvesting, you have to put the mango in a reverse position. Not like this directly putting on the soil. We should have a 1 minute just. Hello? Then I have a meeting. So this one, you have to put in a reverse position. You can use any type of, whether bamboo or the iron one or your plastic pipes, anything is there, or you can make a stand or whatever is there. You have to put in a reverse position less than half an hour. So all milk will fall down the sap, then we will not get that problem. Okay. In commercially, in the pack houses, they have the even automatic desapping conveyor where we'll put one, it will keep on moving. By the time it will go to washing, 20 minutes time can be set, then the desapping and washing can be continuously, simultaneously over. Then washing, especially you want for store long time, you want to export, washing is a must. So in some vegetables it is a must even for local market. So washing can be done either just simply putting in a running water or using a sprayers, even bottom brushes, sponge rollers. So this is being followed in North India. Then it is a continuous spray. It is a both desapping will be done simultaneously and washing spray will be done in mango. So similarly in other places is the large scale washing operation, even for the apple, even in foreign countries banana is being washed. Okay. So like as I told, root vegetable washing is a must. If the soil is there, then it will spoil if you are storing, especially for in a cold storage, whatever is there. So completely the soil should be completely removed. Whether you use the running water, you use the semi-automatic or automatic machines, so you have to be thoroughly washed. Then grading. The grading will definitely will give the better price, and it will be a communication, means of communication. Whether you, by experience you can use manual grading or semi-mechanical grading, okay, or even the weight grader. Okay, these are finally your product should be this one separated into different weights. So for export, it is a must. So finally, what we want is both maturity wise, size wise, it should be uniform in a box when you are marketing it. Of course, 10% of this one is always allowed. So some cases it is what we call is a rose onion. So even it is mechanically it is graded using the different hole types. It is a graders, okay, or even normal sieve method. So or in some pack houses, the again manual grading in case of some beans are to remove the over mature one, damaged one, sorted one. Okay. In case of tomato, if by chance you are harvested, all stages will be there in a tomato plant. So that can be graded to based on the stage of the ripening. So that fully ripe one will go one, the semi-ripe will go, then breaker stage will go, so that you can separate it and market it separately. Then what you call the ripening. So in case of citrus, we call degreen. In case of other fruits, it is ripening. Now it has become the big, this one, it is even for the good business for the entrepreneurs who want to start a ripening business. So it is, now we should remember that the calcium carbide which we are using is banned. Now within the form of only gas is permitted. Okay. So that gas can be procured from different means. I will just show you. I will also show the cheapest method. So this is the one earlier after carbide, even the people used to dip in a ethereal solution. Even that is now not permitted. The dipping in a ethereal solution is not permitted, which is not even hygienic. So now only ethylene can be used in the form of gas. So it can be from the cylinders where the ripening chambers are there, where you keep your banana, mango or papaya, whatever in the chamber, pump this gas to in this chamber, and we using the sensor all thing with high tech setting the temperature to 100 ppm, then exposed to 24 hours, then it starts ripening. These are commercial ripening chambers. Or we have another method. If you don't have the cylinders, we have the generators where the liquid is put in this generator. So then that will release the ethylene. So you need not send the, if you are having cylinder, we have to, once it is over, you have to send to the company every time filling. Here, once you buy it, you can only have to buy the liquid. Then this can be put inside a same room where the ripening chamber is there, any other airtight room. Then you can put inside, and only thing is it requires the power to split that liquid into gas. So you keep your banana, mango, whatever in a room, and then enclose for the 24 hours. That is another second method. Another cheapest method, whether any farmer or whoever wants to do is, this is the IHR technology, where this ethylene gas can be released from the liquid ethereal or ethaphon just by adding the alkali. Because this liquid or ethereal or ethaphon, which is a 2-chloroethyl phosphoric acid, it is in acidic in form. We just add some caustic soda or sodium hydroxide, it start releasing the gas. That means you don't need to have the gas cylinder, you don't need to have any ethylene generator. You can able to generate your own. And again, if you want to do in a small scale, either 1 ton or 2 ton, even half ton, you can have even this type of the plastic tents made your own using the pipes, some corners and any plastic sheet which is less permeable. You can use even the this one blue sheets, tarpaulin, whatever is there. Just arrange this one, measure the volume of the structure by multiplying the length, width and height, and for every 1 cubic meter of the space we have to add 2 ml of ethereal and 1/4 grams of the sodium hydroxide. That means you just measure the volume, then take the required quantity of the ethereal in a small cup, keep it inside, add sodium hydroxide, then close it immediately, because once the sodium hydroxide is added, it start releasing the gas. Then expose the fruits to in this chamber for 1 day. Then remove it, it starts ripening. Okay. The small scale, I am just showing it is a 1/4 ton capacity. The earlier one which I told is a 1 ton capacity. So okay, here you just put in your liquid ethereal, then you add this one, you close it here, whatever way you want to close, then it will stop ripening. So in this case, the cost will be 2 paise per kg of the fruit. Okay, 20 rupees per ton. So that is the cheapest way. Only care what we have to take is in case of the banana, especially where the Robusta type grandine type of banana. So because there the color development will depend on the temperature. I'll just show that one also. Suppose if you use this method, if you don't have any temperature control, it will ripe, but it will ripe in a greenish yellow, but its ripening will be proper. But in case of mango, there is no problem. In case of other banana, what you call Puvan type banana, so there the color is not a problem. Papaya, there is no problem. Only in this case, after that exposure, we should have a low temperature at least for the 2 days. By chance, your ambient temperature is winter, already outside temperature is less than 24, 28. Then it will also develop in the color. Okay, so you can see at the low temperature color will develop, but in this case it will develop but the normal color. So only thing is you avoid adding, don't be greedy. If I add more gas, my fruits will ripe fast. This is a problem. If you add more gas, it will ripe fast, but at the same time it will banana start falling. It will get separated. Okay. So otherwise, based on the temperature where after exposure, if you put very low temperature, it will ripe more late. If you slightly higher temperature, it will take 4 days. Okay. So then we'll see some pre-treatment to either control the spoilage or whatever is there. So this is another simple treatment, hot water treatment. So where this is the problem in mango. This is one anthracnose problem. So this is comes only when the green stage you cannot able to see. So in the ripe stage it will start. It may be severe here, but it start with the small spots. So this is called anthracnose. This can be effectively controlled if you are subjecting the mango to the hot water to 50 to 55 degrees centigrade for 5 to 10 minutes based on the size of the fruit and variety. So then this problem will be solved. So only thing is the temperature measurement should be the 1 degree may be little okay, but not too much. Then it will otherwise it will lead to the skin burn, sharp burn. So now it has become even for exporting it is a quarantine treatment of hot water is a must for many countries. There are 2-3 quarantine treatments like hot water treatment, vapor treatment and irradiation for the USA and vapor treatment for the Japan. And other countries, they will agree for the hot water treatment where this is mainly done not for the disease which I showed, it is done to kill the insect, that is the fruit fly. So for that we need a little large scale with the high sophisticated temperature should be controlled pakka. Here the time is more, it is the temperature less, it is 48 degrees centigrade and at up to 1 hour, then only the insect get killed. So this is a must for the export. Maybe there are different types of one. If you have only small one, you can use your own tub like that with thermostat. If you are large scale, you should have the crane so that entire thing will be taken out. Then you can have the full tank like that. This is just to cover so that the floating of the mango will be avoided. Okay, these are different types of one. Then another commercial business which can be done is which can extend the life is the waxing or edible coating. And we have the apprehension that whatever the waxes comes on the citrus or apple, they are dangerous. It is nothing like that. If people are really using the edible coating, they are either polysaccharide based, protein based or the lipid based. They are permitted as per the law. Only the problem is if somebody is adulterating, then only problem. Otherwise there is no problem. They are all edible. They can be polysaccharide, they can be protein based, or it can be beeswax or everything. So this is done again, either you can dip it or you can use the spraying method like what we are using for washing. So even there is another waxing is called chitosan. It is extracted from the crop cell. This also will delay sometime ripening. It will reduce the moisture loss. You can extend the life. So it can be used for the many non-chromatic fruits and some chromatic fruits. Okay. Another technology widely being used and it is a part of our export protocol in grapes. The grapes, the problem is the either drying of the stalk that will cause the berries will fall down. To prevent that berries, if you have to use the polythene cover, once you cover the polythene, there will be fungal growth. So to avoid both this one, the sulfur pads, what we call grape guards, which release the sulfur dioxide gas, that is put in over the grape bunches and covered with the polythene cover. That gas will be released sulfur dioxide that will prevent this mold growth. So this is now commercially being followed. It can be used by anyone. Then there are the other chemicals which delay the ripening that extend the life of the fruit. That is mainly what we call 1-MCP, methyl cyclopropane. It is a ethylene action inhibitor. So the ethylene action will be prevented for some time. You can see the chemical treated one. It is again the opposite to ethylene gas. You have to also here also you have to expose to this gas for 18 hours, 12 hours like that. Then take it out. Then you can see how the ripening is delayed. So you can see the custard apple here already overripe, it is ripe. Similarly, guava. This is a treated one, untreated. The bitter gourd, it is already ripe. Even tomato. So afterwards, you start ripening. Only thing is now the testing is done for this chemical in India for many universities, even including IHR. Now it is under the registration process. It may come into market. Otherwise, the import many people are even importing. Another thing, the sprouting is a problem both in I told onion and potato. At least in case of potato, we got a chemical which can inhibit the sprouting even using as a post harvest. It is called CIPC. Okay, this is used as even fogging or even the powder form. Once you use this one, it will inhibit the sprouting. It can be done even at field level. It can be done even a cold storage. So only thing is in onion we are unable to use this because onion it will not penetrate. So only onion, this chemical for sprouting you cannot use. Onion only the irradiation or the only pre-harvest method. But potato, even the post-harvest, this chemical treatment can be used. It is even permitted. Our Central Potato Research Institute, they have standardized this technique. Then packaging. Why we want to pack? So we'll by assembling, by protecting, by extending the shelf life. We'll just see. I will fastly run through this one. These are the packages which are now generally used, but they are not good protective. Whatever the bags are that they'll never give any protection. When you are using at least sharp one, at least protect with some cushioning material, either polythene sheet or whatever the newspaper, whatever is there. So then you see, this is a simple idea. If you have to add, use still a gunny bag, at least some used cardboard box that will at least have give some strength to the bag instead of directly putting in a gunny bag. Otherwise, as I told earlier, the crate is best. So whatever the way you handle, if you handle the same beans in a gunny bag, definitely there will be so much breakage. There will be breakage. If you use your bitter gourd, cucumber, there will be definitely breakage. Once you use the crates, there will not be any breakage at all. Then for either it is for supermarket packing or when you want to export, this is the type of the corrugated fiber board boxes is the recommended one which should be used. So only the packing method. If you are using packing a mango, never put on a big side. It should be always reverse. On the stalk side, it will be like a stalk should go down or it will be sleeping position because mango starts ripening from the bottom. So you can use whatever the cushioning material you want. You can use the newspaper thread, or you can cover it with the papaya. You can cover with the paper, or you can use the bubble sheet. You can use the tray wrap. You can use the cell packs to separate each fruit. Okay, these are the different types of pack: corrugated fiber boxes, closed telescopic box, simple box. For based on the produce, whether it is for pineapple with crown, without crown, all types of packs are there. You want to this is a cell comb type. This one. Even CAP box to avoid any rubbing of the banana hands, even people start using the polyester foam in the again CAP box. Okay. Then another thing is the polyester foam cushion which you are commercially see for the apple in the market. Okay. So again the packaging style. So if you want to like beans all the same box, if you neatly arrange, how nice it look. The same means just arrange it, put a loosely polythene cover, it will at least 2-3 days to stay outside. The once we cover fully, the more days it cannot stay at room temperature because of the fungal spoilage. So other which are available in the market, the unit packages, whether it can be net or what you call punnets, or it can be cling wrapped one. Okay. So then this is the pelletization which in the big houses you have to see. Then I will just tell about some good technology, sink wrapping technology, which you can be able to extend the. Before sink wrapping, I will tell the modified atmosphere storage packing, which is just putting in a covers. So this technology is very good for extending the life for many fruits and vegetables and to prevent the moisture loss. It is putting in a simple covers, polythene covers or polypropylene covers of the R1 thickness. It will delay the ripening. It will prevent the shriveling like this. Okay. Then another is the low temperature storage. It is the best one. Only thing is we cannot store all produce at one temperature. At least we should have a 3 grades. So some temperate one where you can store near to zero, like cabbage, cauliflower. In case of vegetables, like all temperate apple, including grapes, that can go to the 0 degree temperature. Subtract like pomegranate, capsicum can go up to 68 degree. Like tropical, like papaya, banana, mango, is stored at 13 degree. At least you can group into this one. Otherwise, each produce has got its own temperature. So otherwise, if you use this one like carrot, up to 3 months you can store in the cold storage if you maintain that at 0 degree centigrade. Similarly, tomato, you harvest at breaker stage, pre-cool it properly, then store at 13 degree, you can store up to 1 month or even more than that. So these are the now earlier it used to be constructed cold rooms, now the modular cold rooms. Wherever you want to install, you can install, and you want to dismantle, you can dismantle it. You can store it nicely within the vacuum cold rooms, and you can extend the life of the many vegetables and fruits. The only thing is, as I told, some myths, low temperature storage. So any material can be stored. That is not correct. It should be, initial quality should be there. Already spoiled one you cannot. Any temperature you can be used. I told it is specific. At least you have to group them. Any length or duration. It varies from the months to only few weeks in some cases. Then it will control the spoilage. If it is already initial spoilage there or whatever in the inborn spoilage there, it will only delay spoilage. It cannot. It is not the technique to control the spoilage per se. Then inferior quality. Only it will maintain the quality. You cannot improve the quality by keeping the inferior quality one. So this is the problem when you don't store at a optimum temperature. This is what you call the chilling injury. It will turn black, brown, whatever is there. This is a model cold rooms one. This is another packing technique which I want to told earlier. It is a shrink wrapping technique. It is unlike MAP where many fruits are put in a cover. Each one is put separately, packed using the. It is called individual shrink wrapping. So there is a machine is there. Once you pass your loosely sealed pomegranate, capsicum or citrus, first you have to loosely seal in each cover and pass through this hot air tunnel. And the hot air, by the time it will come out within 20 to 30 seconds, it will be wrapped like this, fully tight. So with this, you can see, if it is room temperature, you can store up to 3 weeks. If it is even low temperature, it will go up to 3 months without any this type of drying. Even cold storage, it start drying because our humidity levels cannot be maintained. So even after 3 months, it will be fresh like as harvested. Like oranges, it will be work. So then similarly for even for the capsicum. So here also the method is same. You can see up to this stage, it has shriveled like this. Still that stage, it will be fresh. Only thing is after beyond that some certain stage, it will start spoiling, but it will never shrivel. It will be the moisture loss will be prevented like anything. So even the color capsicum with low temperature, you can see up to 2 months, there will not be any shriveling at all. Especially color capsicum, which is high value, than the green capsicum, it will be economical. So like in some cases, it is only few days. Like broccoli, if you do, then it will opening. Broccoli is opening, it will turn yellow. You can be able to keep for green. So like your bottle brinjal, where the shriveling is too much, shrink wrapping will prevent. Like color cabbage. Don't confuse with the shrink wrap with the cling wrapping, which we see in the market. In the tray, there will be wrapping like that. Even you might have seen the maize all. This is a cling wrapping. It will be useful for only short term extending the life, unlike our shrink wrapping. So if you come to the very low cost, low storage structure, it is already people will know that is a zero energy cool chamber where you can put the 2 layers of bricks, you put a sand in between, you keep on wetting it, then there will be temperature will come down to 10 degree, there will be high humidity where you can able to store for short period, like your okra, any vegetables are for short period. The 2 layers sand, then you can cover that on farm, but it depends on the how much capacity. Even the little large capacity also been developed by our CFET. So we have done one more thing for short term without using the your water, but it is shorter than that one. Here we will be making use of the polythene cover, make a structure like your poly house, okay, like a dome structure, but it should not kept in a open, it should be under shade position. Then you keep your produce inside, okay. Whatever the water vapor released by this fruit, it will be accumulated in the cover. It will maintain high humidity. then you can able to store your vegetable for short period. So you can just see the same okra or bendi, if you keep outside in a crate, you lose more than 20% in 3 days. The same thing if you keep inside, it will lose only less than 6%. Still the shriveling will not be there. You can able to market it. This is the one technique. See, you can see that what I was telling is the dome shape, not like this flat one. Okay. So then because whatever the condensation of moisture will be there, it will fall down. Again, it will be daytime, it will become vapor. Okay. So with this, even if it is capsicum, within 3 days, it has lost 8%. The same thing, even after 1 week, it is only 7%. So we have only thing is you have to see the spoilage one. How long you can able to store one. Because of the humidity, after some time, the rotting may start. Till that time, you can able to store without any shriveling. So this technique can be used for short time. You can still up to 1 ton or half ton, you can able to extend this one. This one is only prototype. So like chilies, the stalks will actually dry. Here it will not dry. Okay. Of course, leaf vegetable, it will stay for only 1 day. Then this is another technique for marketing, which we have made a box where humidity is maintained. Again, it is only less than 2 days. Okay. Then in case of onion, as I told, the storage will use the sprouting and the spoilage. So ventilation is very important for the storage of onion. So all types of ventilation should be given after proper curing. So the ventilation should be from bottom, side, except top, because this will be structures are generally put in the field. Top we cannot give ventilation because there may be water seepage when it is rain. So except that on the top, all ventilation is proper. There are many structures are developed by many institutes, many universities. Even in between there will be racks so that the heat will not be too much. So using all type of structures, the ventilation is properly important and curing is very important for the onion storage. I think that's all I have. Thank you very much. Now it is open for the discussion.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request all the participants to unmute and raise their questions one by one, or you can also write your questions in the chat box. One question we receive. Tell us about the harvest and post-harvest process for FIGS. Also, how do we dry the figs for longer storage?
Yeah, drying is okay. It is not for this preview. That harvesting of the fig. Okay, this can be in case of fig. If you want to have more time, you can harvest even up to 50% coloration. Even 25% above coloration is okay. You have to harvest it hand, leaving the little more stock, and coloration don't leave up to full color. Okay, if it is yellow or whatever your purple color, more than 25% coloration will develop into good taste. So that is the one. Then otherwise, the normal drying technique is there. We will give the number. Another scientific processing thing is it is a simple drying. A fig drying technology we have done. Even we can able to transfer the technology. We can license the technology. So that we have to write to IHR. I think I answered the question.
Yes, sir. Any other questions from participants?
I am the one who asked the question on the figs. Now, once you harvest it with about 25% colorage, how long you will have to keep it, and in what condition it is going to ripen?
Yeah, actually, fig, if you harvest at full coloration, maximum you may get 1 day. Okay,
That's
it will
right.
start. Yeah, so this will extend another 1 day at room temperature. If you have low temperature at 10 degrees centigrade, the same stage maturity, if you, instead of ripe one, if it this one, even sorry, in the fig it is up to 5 degree standard. We are doing work started recently last year only. 5 degree, even with this coloration, you can go up to 2 weeks. That is the maximum.
Okay. With regard to drying, with the simple drying you said, what is the kind of temperature and duration for which you have to dry it?
That's what I told you. You have to write to, it is a technology. You have to write to IHR, they will license and give you, guide you properly.
Oh,
No other question? No
I think no other questions, sir. Just only the one Vikas Singhal has told that very good presentation. There is a lot to learn. Can we get the presentation for look at it again? So for the answer is we can you can we will share this presentation over already it was shared. The presentation was already running on live at Facebook CCS Niyam Facebook, and we will upload the presentation and upload the this whole webinar on the CCS Niyam YouTube channel. So you can just have a look again of all the things, and you can go through the presentation again.
I have one more question with regarding chiku. Can we go through the process of drying it and keeping it and hydrating it whenever we want to use it?
Yeah, though it is not inspire you, but since I am a post technologist, I can able to answer. In the chiku also, it can be dried. Instead of simple drying, we have got another drying technology called osmotic dehydration. So which is put in some sort of sugar syrup and it is dried, and we have technology for the chiku, we have technology for the mango, we have technology for the pineapple, we have technology for the papaya, we have technology for the guava. Okay, so these are called osmotic dehydration. The nice product can be made from the chiku.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions from participants?
Yeah, I have rushed my presentation thinking that more questions will be there.
Once again, I would like to thank Dr. D.V. Sudhakar Rao. Your presentation provided us with deep insights. Many thanks for sharing your invaluable experience in agriculture technology. Participants got benefited from your talk. And at last, I would like to thank everyone for sparing their valuable time with us. Our next webinar will be on Thursday, 22nd October 2020. Thank you very much. You can leave the meeting now.
Thank you.
Thank you.